Welcome back to the show. Isn't Oliver cool? I just love that kid. He's great. I just love that he's into beekeeping, and he has his own little apiary there that he has at his house. Now we're switching gears just a tiny little bit. We're down at the Monarch Garden.
The Adelaide Monarch Garden. That would be
Garden.
The official name with the city. Yeah.
The Adelaide Monarch Garden, and it's right next to Boulevard Lake. It's beautiful here. It's a brand new project that Dan Fulton took on. He is an urban environmentalist. Would you say?
That would be probably the best description.
Perfect.
Sure.
Excellent. Now we're here at the garden and we're talking about monarchs, obviously with the title of the garden. Monarchs. Why do we want to save the monarchs, and what's happening with them?
Well, the monarchs, right now they're a species of concern in Ontario. Over the past 15 years, the population's dropped from 90%. It's due to habitat loss, pesticide use. So the biggest idea of this project here is to make more people environmentally aware, because if you're looking after the monarchs, and as far as plants and herbicides and pesticides, you're actually looking after the whole food chain, because the bees and the pollinators all will get rewards from a better environment. And pollinator garden like this, it's an example of what you can do just on a little 5x5 square in your yard if you want. So we're trying to increase the population. I bring the caterpillars inside myself. Outside, the survival rate's only 5%. You bring them inside, it can go as high as 100.
Oh, wow.
So that's a real boost to help the population get back. We're encouraging people, even if they don't bring them inside, just to plant milkweed. That's the host plant for the monarchs. But again, that's flowers again, so it helps the bees and all the other pollinators. So it's a whole part of the the eco cycle. It helps everything.
Excellent. So what you have here is really an effort by volunteers, yourself. You do this in your spare time. You have a full-time job that you do.
I've got a full-time job. I'm a chief electrical at the water pollution control plant for the city. I've got my volunteer groups, Urban Greenscapes. We've done projects around the city over years. Shelter house, we did a vegetable garden. We've done invasive plant removal, needle cleanups, you name it, we've done it pretty much. I've got a great core of volunteers.
You have foster parents.
I do a foster parent plan. I've done it the last few years with the caterpillars. I'll give a set of caterpillars to someone, you know, for their kids, and that'll give 4 caterpillars and enough leaves for it to make it to the chrysalis stage, which is where the caterpillar changes into a little hardened case. It looks like a little piece of jade. And then about 12 days later, the butterfly will eclose from that. So they get to see the caterpillar stage, the chrysalis stage, and the butterfly, and get to release it. So that gets them involved with the environment. It teaches the kids a little bit, you know, taking care of the caterpillars and that, and really gets people inspired.
How many did you release last year?
Release?
Yeah, when you collecting.
Over 400.
Wow.
I gave away 54 sets to foster parents included in that, so I've got that many people involved with it. The garden here is coming out fantastic. The monarchs have found it. They're laying eggs already all over. I've got 150 caterpillars at home. Wow. I come here and I pick up like 30, 40 every night. So next week I'll be starting the foster parent plan. If you want to get on the list, go to Urban Greenscapes, give me a message with your email, and we'll put you on the list. So it's looking like it's going to be quite a few caterpillars this year.
Excellent. So when our viewers at home want, so say they're in their garden at home, what should they be looking for so we can keep these guys safe?
To keep them safe?
To keep the butterflies. So say they have some of these plants in their yard, and maybe there's eggs, maybe there's little caterpillars.
Well, outside in the wild, like I say, the survival rate's only 5% outside. There's so many predators, birds, lizards, other insects. Not everybody can bring them in. I do, because they say the survival rate just goes up exponentially. Mm-hmm. You know, if they want any information, they can come down to the garden when I'm here. They can contact me on Facebook. I'll give them all the information I can to help them. You know, try to raise them a little more successfully, get them interested in it. I've done workshops in the spring. I'll be doing them next year, and I'll probably do a few here for anyone who gets interested, like in the middle of the summer.
Awesome.
Come by.
Well, thank you so much, Dan. Thank you for all the work you do in the community.
Thank you for your time and coming down here. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So thank you so much to Dan, and thank you to all his group of volunteers that come out to the Adelaide Monarch Garden and help really support these monarch butterflies. Up next on the show, you're going to want to stick around because we're going to be talking to Paul Dozin. He's a visually impaired bee hobbyist. Keep watching.